technology!
And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard Dead Awake.
That's a brand new band, right, Morgan?
It is.
And that song was Snake in the Grass featuring Frankie Palmieri of Amur. And that's off their upcoming album, Finding Grace in Calamity. Morgan, how did you think that word was pronounced?
I didn't want to say it. That's why I gave it to you to say.
How did you think that
He's
word
got
was
better diction.
Clam something.
Clam something.
Clam titty.
Clam titty. And then that album will hopefully be released. Morgan says hopefully be released May or early June.
Ah, they're waiting on vinyl.
And yeah, we're getting impressed. And Morgan Earp from The Most of Me is in that band. Most of Me has been on the show.
He's the one
before.
that shared the song with me. And I was like, dude, send me this track to open the show
Dude,
with. This is
man,
awesome.
brah.
Hi, brah.
And then we heard some Terranaut, and that was Beneath the Water Lilies. How pretty. I am Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle. We're rocking out here. We're going to be rocking out here. We got a special guest host with us tonight.
Hello.
And Derek is on hiatus.
So it's Derek without a D.
Derek without a D. Eric
Yeah.
is with us tonight.
I don't have any chin hairs of knowledge, though, but, you know.
I believe
got
I believe
stubblies.
in
It's
you.
like a library.
The stubble-
It's like a library of
The
ideas.
stubblies of ideas.
It's a library.
Yeah, there we
library
go.
of muses and
New.
ideas.
New
Oh,
thing.
he's gonna give me some beard. All right.
Can
Yo, give me
pass,
some beard,
can you
dude.
pass along some pubic facial hair?
Here, man, I got you.
I got some glue.
Oh, put it away, Mike.
Gotta go
Oh, Mike.
wash
gross.
that in a salad spinner.
This ain't a deli. Put your sausage away.
Eric, introduce yourselves. You've been on the show before, but introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Eric.
Hi, Eric.
It's been a while since he's done this.
I'm
Yeah.
Eric.
I
Hi,
went for my
Eric.
coffee. I've been working all day. So I am Erik Oldman. I'm in a band called Sons of Ra, and I've been in a bunch of different bands. But I've known these guys for, well,
7 years.
longer.
7 years.
Yeah, you're better at the maths. Right. So,
That is not something Morgan hears often.
No, it's not.
no.
Better at math.
Never.
Every time I always think about, like, when the first time I came on the old show, which was in the little chicken box on Walkie Avenue in Portage Park,
Yep.
I was like, oh, yeah, it was like 10 years ago. She's like, no, dude, it was like 7 years. Like,
She knows the
Fudging.
exact date.
No, I don't know the
And everything.
exact date.
She could, though. If you wanted her, she could find
Nah,
the
no.
exact
I think
I'm
it
good.
was
Find
like
the exact date.
June 15th of 2011.
At any rate.
What?
I think.
At any rate.
I'll look
so-
it up in a minute.
Yeah. I ran my own local music podcast for a number of years.
Rockin' Chicago.
But then I wanted to play music again, so I stopped doing that. Now I just come on once in a while with these guys to help them out.
Yeah, boy. Sorry, I don't have a soundboard. I gotta make it up.
You did pretty good. I mean, that's a good Flavor Flav.
That was mediocre.
Flavor
at best.
Flav.
That was mediocre at best.
Whatever.
Right.
Well, tonight with us for their second time, we have Opacia. Why don't you guys go ahead and reintroduce yourselves to the Metal Experience world and what you do in the band?
How y'all doing?
Hi, I'm Rich. I play bass and do live vocals.
I'm Luke. I'm the main vocalist, and I play guitars.
Hi, I'm Mike, Muhammad for short, and I play the foreskin.
Mustafa. Mike Muhammad Mustafa.
It's Italian, believe me. Oh my God, was that the Magic School Bus? No, you idiots. I'm telling you, I'm so happy. I'm back to watching the Magic School Bus.
Drinking porters, watching the Magic School Bus.
Why is Porter's pronounced with a Boston accent?
That's just how he. That's
oh,
how
shit,
Mike.
we're going to go Boston tonight, huh?
That's how Mike Mohammed
That's how he
Mustafa
sounded like when he
asked
ordered
for it.
his drink
Porters?
today. He's like, "I need porters."
Porter's?
Mike
I left
Mohammed
my wallet out
Mustafa.
in the car. Right.
What porters do you got on tap over
That
here?
was a dead-on
Hey.
impersonation. It's perfect.
You got me good.
got you so good.
Are you from Boston, Mohammed?
No.
No. Oh, good.
Now ask him about his gay brother.
I'm actually from my mother's vagina, so.
Oh my goodness.
It's true.
Oh, Mike
It's a
Mohammed
fact.
Mustafa.
Man's got facts.
So, Opacia, this is the second time you guys have been on. Morgan, when was the first time they were on?
Give me a second and I'll look it up.
Come on, Mogi D.
It was a month, a date, and a time.
It was sometime in October of last year.
October of last year, so fairly recent.
I gotta look it up. Hold on.
So, well, since the last time you guys have been on,
What you been up to?
what you been up to? Yeah.
Writing lots and lots of new music.
Still going to abortion clinics.
Yes. It's our weekend getaway.
Mike. Mike Muhammad Mustafa.
No, you see, no, that sounds Italian. That's like his confirmation name's Mustafa.
Hey, Mikey Muhammadi Mustafa.
Jesus Maria Joseph, get your ass down here right now.
Morgan, you still looking that up?
Yeah, my internet's slow.
But yeah,
come
we've
on.
just been writing music, and we're recording now, and hopefully we'll be done soon.
Oh, hope to
October
God.
3rd of 2017.
You guys putting out a full length or?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
our first
Full
full
length.
length. Yeah,
Nice.
we debuted with an EP, a 6-song EP that was 40 minutes long,
'Cause-
and
It's on
December-
Bandcamp, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, in December of 2016.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then instead of going the route of put out 1,000 EPs before putting out a full length, we just dove in head first and wrote
Good
an
idea.
hour's worth of material and got it recorded and still working on it now.
So 4 songs, 1 full hour.
Yes, yes,
Almost.
almost.
How many tracks are going to be on the full length?
There's 9
I
tracks.
thought it was
and
8.
9
Oh,
tracks.
intro.
Just shh. There's 9. You're the drummer. There's 9.
He's
Click, click, click,
He's
click.
the foreskin. Sorry, there are 9 tracks in total, but 8 tracks of like new music. One of which is an intro track. So yeah, 9 tracks in total. About I think it's a 55-minute runtime. So
Yeah, without the intro.
lots and lots of death metal.
It's not even just death metal.
Yeah.
It's
Everything.
there's black metal, not like a whole black metal song.
Does it
but-
gent, bro?
No.
But I mean, like, there's a song that's like a straight up thrash song.
Yeah, we kind of pulled from all fronts and to kind of see what all of our different backgrounds kind of merged into one.
What are
giant-
your fronts?
I love death metal and black metal, and I've kind of delved in thrash throughout the years. Rich is a huge thrasher and likes death metal too, and he's like hardcore death and black metal. So
Okay.
the death and the black metal side and the melodic side really kind of shine mostly through. But
Yeah,
there's
they
a lot of really thrashy parts where it's like there's some pit-worthy stuff that at
Yeah.
least we deem it as such.
Okay.
And
Not that we've had a pit.
yeah, not that we've ever had a pit, we're a death metal band. But yeah, so we-
Yeah, actually, one of the things I enjoyed about it when I pulled it up in the car, I was driving over here, is like that. You guys have that kind of classic Carcass, Swedish sort of mid '90s sound,
Yeah, I
really
take-
dialed
Oh
in.
shit.
for whenever I write, it's constantly drawing from Dismember and Tombed. Like
Yeah.
the whole Swedish scene is just phenomenal.
Yeah,
to me.
that's a big influence on us in general. Just
But don't want to completely rip off the buzzsaw.
yeah.
You got to put your own spin on it.
Your
Yeah.
own twang.
Eh,
Yeah,
just a little
twang.
buzz.
That's the word.
Mike uses the twang.
I do.
I'm sorry, Mike Muhammad Mustafa. I won't let it happen again. I'm sorry.
It has to be all 3.
Make sure that shit never happens again.
So,
Right.
where are you guys recording the new CD? And what's the title? Are we at a
Are we-
official title?
yes?
yet?
Okay,
Are
so
we-
the title of the record is On Blackest Wings. So that, like I said, 8 tracks before. On Blackest Wings, the title track. We are recording with Joe Taberry at Apotheca Studios.
Nice.
Yeah, so the mastermind behind Mechana. And
Joe, bam, bam.
Sorry.
I worked with him with recording Depremacy, our other project, or
Okay.
my other band, and he's a fantastic guy, wonderful to work with.
Yeah.
Did he
No.
show you his 37-string guitar?
Yes, and I've had the chance
Does
to
it gent?
fiddle and wank on it a little bit.
Gents. Yeah.
Yeah, it gents hard.
Yeah.
We thought about recording the entire
No,
record
we
on 10
did not.
strings, but he shot it down, sadly.
I
So-
just bought a 4-string because I was sick of playing a 5-string all the time. I don't want to go up again.
Cutting back.
What is Joe rocking now? Is it a 9-string guitar?
I believe so. I believe
A
it's 9.
9-string guitar.
He has a lot of strings.
Lot of-
in
lot of
it.
strings.
It's like an arsenal.
Look at this one. This one's got one time he let me in his studio. He let me in, and every guitar he showed me had more and more strings.
Look at this. It's a harp.
Yeah. And I play the most epic metal with it. Well, that's pretty sweet. So
Nice.
if you're recording with Joe, you
Gonna
know
sound
it's
good.
gonna be titties.
Yeah, I mean we're not even into the mixing process yet, and it's in our opinion it's phenomenal so far. I mean it's come out way better than we could have ever expected.
Cool.
So we're so excited to actually get it done.
So what's kind of the ETA? A rough guesstimate ETA.
August-ish. So I mean it's been pushed back further throughout the process. Just from
Waiting on
schedule.
vinyl.
Yeah.
I wish. I honestly do wish.
Oh, if we had the money, that would be.
Yeah.
That'd
And you'd be
a
waiting
heartbeat.
like everybody else.
Exactly.
When's your album coming out? 2025? Waiting on vinyl.
Waiting on the vinyl.
But
That one 2025. It's
we-
2030.
like just because we're all so busy with work and Joe's busy with Mechana right
Yeah.
now, that we just life,
Yeah,
like-
life gets in the way. So we're taking it every step of the way. I mean, we're currently in the vocal recording process, which takes a lot of time just to make sure everything sounds nice and crisp.
So everything's recorded except the vocals?
we
then,
have a
or-
couple more things to do for bass, and then we're about halfway through with bass.
Yeah, I
recording?
did
halfway
half
done.
the songs. And,
Yeah, and then
just gotta
yeah,
find the time to go in and do the other half.
yeah, and then I have to finish up the main lines, and then we're going through with all the layers and stuff, and hopefully I'm kind of hoping that recording will be done, like that's just getting the material
Mid-June?
down, like end of June, is the
Okay.
current goal, but we'll see.
It will be out.
By the end of summer. Let's put
Yes,
it that
it will
way.
be out by the end of summer.
That's the goal.
Cool.
And what did you guys bring any for us to hear tonight?
We don't even.
No,
have
we
any.
don't even have it. Yeah, we're still working on
They're
it.
just
yeah.
coming here to tell us about it. It's
Yeah.
coming.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
so
coming.
awesome.
It's
Just
all-
wait.
You just gotta wait till we
just
come back
trust
in
us.
August, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have anything yet, but we're
So
anxious.
this is a
anxious
studio
waiting.
update.
Studio update.
Right.
We wanted to have
Exactly.
stuff, but like I said, life gets in the way, and
Yeah.
And
So
Mike
we'll just
Muhammad
have them
Mustafa's
back
been
on
in the
in, like,
bathroom the whole
February.
time. We've been trying to record drums, but he can't stop pooping.
Mike, you haven't said anything. Just show us your tits.
God, they're so hairy. I love them.
Perfect.
He put the Muhammad and Mustafa in there.
It's actually hard to record, especially when you play foreskin when you have anal Tourette's.
Yeah, play standing up.
I should sorry, especially when you're doing fast double bass.
oh my god, I hate him.
Are you guys
Do
doing
you have anal
anything
Tourette's?
different
wish.
equipment-wise
No,
with
you
this
don't.
album? Are you using
Yeah,
any different amps?
we switched up equipment pretty heavily.
Yeah.
I did a major upgrade on my rig.
What you playing through now?
Anal
So
Tourette's.
I used to play through
Anal probe.
I used to play through a Bugera Tri-Rec for my head, and then an Ibanez cab, which was horrible. But that's another story. But currently, I'm playing through an Angle Savage 120 head.
That's an
which
upgrade.
that-
yeah.
that is.
You
the-
got the good death metal sounds from Germany.
that,
Yeah.
that is the most wonderful
Yeah.
amp I've ever.
Takes a
played
while
in
to
my life.
dial it in, but once you get it there.
Yeah, me and Joe took quite a while to get a tone dialed in on that.
Yeah.
We kind of mixed together like a plug-in style sound, like the really crisp, clear plug-in type thing with the natural low end of the amp, and
Oh, nice.
it came out really well. And then I recorded that through a PV6505 cab 4x12
Nice.
bass stuff.
Last time I recorded through a Gallian Kruger 700 RB, and now I just DI'd right through my Sans amp, and
We use completely different instruments too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
well,
Well, yeah, I ran the same guitar, but
Yeah.
I used to play through an Alexi 600 Scythe model with an EMG in it, which grew out of the angsty
that's from when he
active
was.
pickup phase.
That's from when we were in a thrash band.
Yeah,
So.
and
Everybody starts off with the MGs if you're playing
I
metal. Yeah.
switched out the EMG for a DiMarzio Tone Zone, and that is the best decision I've ever made. Passive pickups through an amp that has that much heat, like a Savage, it's something.
Yeah, you get response.
Yeah,
it's not just
they actually flow together. Yeah.
right. Exactly.
I recorded our EP on a Warwick Streamer rock bass,
Mhm.
just simple bass, But
Yeah.
I used a ESP LTD Stream 204 this time.
Okay.
Yeah, we went all ESP this time around.
Nice. Going for that spot.
Oh
Endorsement.
God, I wish.
Working on that sponsor.
And Mike,
Get them videos out there, man. They look for that shit.
Mike, how many drums did you use to record?
2.
How many did you hit?
How many triggers?
2.
I don't think he could remember.
That's why I dumbed it down to simple questions.
We've made him downgrade his kit because it was too big to fit on stage.
It was
So-
really big, and
have a gong?
Yeah, I downsized.
Did you
We
have
want
a
a gong.
gong?
I've thought of a gong.
How about a cowbell?
He's got 8 of them.
that
Whole
is
drum
the,
set
that
was
Those are his
cowbells.
cymbals. There's no cymbals on this record. It's all
Just-
cowbell.
No
It's all
cymbals?
like Phil
No
Collins from
cymbals, all
1980.
cowbell.
I can live with that.
different sizes.
Different sizes, exactly.
Right.
I don't know. The drums are there. I play drums. That's all I
Play drums.
They sound good.
It's like, what do you have? Tama. What cymbals? Sabian.
Right.
I don't know. They're talking about like guitar, bass shit.
What
And
sticks
it's
do you use?
Vic Firth Extreme 5A.
He's like,
Well, there you go. There you get
Gordon.
technical.
Finally, you remember remember. It's
Do you have a certain
use a
pedal
direct
you
drive
like?
on your double bass
I
or your
use
chain
the
drive or
Axis A longboards.
okay.
You
Two
use
of
a
them.
skateboard?
Two of them.
I do.
He does.
I use a skateboard.
He's got really big feet.
He does.
I
He
do.
does have incredibly large feet.
Playing longboards.
You know what they say about guys in large feet?
They have large hearts.
Nothing.
Big shoes.
They take huge shits.
Mike doesn't fit this at all.
You're not wrong.
Mike Muhammad.
How much of the production stuff was Joe driving versus like you guys have bringing like ideas in for how you wanted it to sound?
Well, it was most.
Get out of geek mode here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
mostly Joe as far as the production end of things. We are really easygoing with kind of like what, as far as the production end, it's really hard.
Joe, just make it sound good.
yeah, exactly.
basically that,
Where
like-
it's like we have a vision, but it's not like it's something that's
It's
heavily
not.
enforced.
It's not like it has to be this.
Right.
Like, it's hard to describe something where it's like, okay, I need the guitar to sound really reverby and really like this
Like,
and that. And it's like,
Me and Luke have talked about this before, but like
As long as the sound just
Well,
doesn't suck.
not even not even just
Sounds good, Joe. Thanks.
But me and Luke, we see as working with the producer as the producer. It's also his product, and he needs to put his mark on it.
Exactly.
So I don't want to limit the producer to what they can do to fit some idea that none of us who know how to produce music have.
So
So
Right.
let Joe do the and like we will
What?
approve it, of course.
yeah.
Rewind.
Joe has always said,
do it. That's
we have
Joe
confidence
has
in you.
always said the ends justify the means.
Yeah.
So like we like it as far as where it comes to like where the overall sound's gonna come from. That's probably not gonna come up till the end. But like
Right, when you start mixing and then you
Yeah.
think about how you want to master
the
it
main
and all
choice
that.
that
Right.
we drove was how we want the bass to sound, how we want the guitar to sound.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to post effects and stuff like that, that's all him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
mean-
know, when it comes to vocal effects, if there's fade ins and stuff, we'll tell him like,
So
hey,
as he's
put a
as
fade
he
here.
as
Nope.
he's getting your guys' sounds into the recording and all that, he's kind of coming up with an idea.
Yeah,
How do
we-
you feel working with somebody like him who's been around for a bit, seasoned guy?
It's fantastic.
production versus like, hey, my buddy with a home studio who knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
but he's just like, well, what do you want?
Well, see,
yeah.
when it comes down to working with a guy like Joe, it makes our lives really easy. Which that's part of the thing we really want to do is we
Joe,
don't
you're
want-
getting a lot of love tonight, man.
Yeah,
we love
I
Joe.
mean, we don't want to record an album and have it be like we're having a fucking heart attack the entire time. Like you want to be stressed
Yeah.
out.
Like-
So when it comes down to like some days we're like, hey, work popped up, we can't come in. It's like, okay, come in next time. Like that's it. We'll lay out a bunch of time in between. But when it comes down to mixing and stuff, it's like, okay, well, not as far as the, like, we'll fix it later, like that kind of bullshit.
Right.
But he makes the whole process really easy, where it just comes down to, you know, if you fuck something up, just do it again. You don't. There are a lot of producers out there that like, if you screw it up, they're like, oh fuck you, we're done. Like you need to play it perfect every
Well,
time,
and-
which that is important. But it's more or less just a process of, you know, okay, it's fine, just do it again. Versus like you need to hurry the fuck up. Like
Yeah, and
it makes our lives easy.
Not to knock the guy who we recorded our EP with. He did a phenomenal job. We love the end product we got out of that. But he was everything was done in one day.
Yeah.
So it's like, not like we recorded it all in one day, but drums all one day, guitars all one day, bass all one day. And
Yeah.
it was,
partially our drive too.
well, yeah, but
I was the one that convinced him. Okay, I can do quadruple tracked everything and
Right,
solos in
but
one day.
just-
Let's do it now. Like
half.
And you were really tired when you were done.
oh, that sucked.
I was like,
I regretted
when
that.
when it got to doing the
Yeah,
last
forward.
few songs on bass, my arm was just dead, and it's just like,
Yeah, and it's like, okay, let's call it a day, and we'll come back next week. Like it just it
I
makes
almost
it easy.
puked.
Yeah, that,
Out of your anus.
it's green.
Both ends.
Yeah, it's kind of a different, you're kind of at a different level when you're able to work
Yeah.
with somebody who, they're not, try to get you guys in and out because they're trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
But it's also like they're trying to keep within your budget
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Or if you're working with somebody who's more vested as a producer, you're going to take your time to get the sound
Yeah.
the way you want it and all that.
Yeah,
too,
which when it
so.
come down to the more intricate days, like solo days and some of the rhythms and stuff, like there's some hyper technical parts on the album that like, okay, you need to give me 20
Whoa.
minutes and I gotta
Hyper technical.
yeah, like there's
I
stuff,
like that.
stuff where it's like 40 notes in like a 10-second span, but like when it comes down to stuff like that, it's like
Fuck you.
okay, let's like yeah, thank you. I hate myself for that every day. Okay, like slow it down. We'll take it bit by bit until we get this down, and then roll forward instead of like okay, you got to get this done now. It makes a huge difference.
Well, let's play a track off of We Ride.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to
Please don't.
ride on into this show a little bit further and talk music. So let's play Joe's favorite song. What's Joe's favorite song off the album?
I don't think he's listened to it.
He doesn't have something that he recorded of yours that he really liked. You don't know?
Well, Joe didn't record We Ride. We went to someone else for We Ride.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morgan.
right.
damn it!
She
I picked a song?
She blacked out the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's okay.
Can we do A Tongue is a Curse?
Tongue of the Curse. There we go. Eric's pick. Here we go.
This is Gump. This is Trent.
This is Tim.
And we're Heavy! And you are listening to the Metal Experience Radio Show, Super Show Extravaganza, live.
People.
Woohoo! That was The Tongue is a Curse off of the album We Ride!
Oh my God, Luke, calm the fuck down.
By Opacia. I am Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle, and our special guest host tonight with us, Eric.
Hi.
And that was an Opacia track, the least favorite of the band's.
I always pick the least favorite too.
But
That's a
it's-
habit of mine.
That's a super fucking
But I like-
rockin' song.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate that song.
I like the song. I said this last time, but
I hate that song, and I fucking wrote it.
but I mean, you write it all, but
It's so thrashing, and it just makes you want to get up and
it.
jump around.
I get the sentiment he's coming from
Jump up,
because
up,
that
and
song wasn't really
down.
done, but we're like we
Fuck
want,
it.
we just threw it on. So
Yeah, even though we had 35 minutes of an
Yeah.
EP, and we're like, all right, let's put another one on there for shits and giggles.
we almost put another one on.
Yeah, poor life decisions.
Cool story, bros.
So
Could be a B-side later on.
if you could redo it over again, do you think you would have just spent more time writing that particular song?
Yes, I like a lot of it, but there's certain parts that really just bother me.
I love
'Cause
the
feel
lyrics
like-
of that song.
Yeah, there are parts that really needed more to it that I feel like I could have added.
Is the
And-
part where you're going, or is the part?
that one, the second one? I know exactly which one you're
How
talking
about just making The Tongue is a Curse Part 2?
We could do that at some point.
And the
I mean, you
remixed-
got to pull the Metallica sooner or later, right?
True. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it's the same song, just tweak it.
Yeah,
the way
tweak
you
it the
want.
way you want.
You guys,
change
you
the
guys do
lyrics a
that?
little
Yeah,
bit.
change the lyrics.
just put the key down half a step,
And then,
Yeah.
and then when you say the tongue is a curse, we have to say the tongue is the curse too.
is the curse too. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
The
guys
Curse too.
like when you're playing the stuff live? Have you continuously tweaked it, or you play it just like it is on the album?
We tweak things a lot.
Yeah,
like when it
Yeah.
comes down to stuff like we like to throw quick stops in on music just because we all think that quick stops are really energetic.
What are quick stops?
Like when
Will you stop real quick?
Yes, yes, stop real quick.
That's
So, like-
legit. That's what it is.
Exactly.
I'm not just being
so
dumb.
like with simple
Yeah.
stops and
You're
when things stop
stopping
at a time.
on a beat, right?
Yeah. So when it comes down to when we do it on the record, there'll be a lot of stuff going on with stops, but when we do it live, we'll all stop for a quick second, and then it'll go silent, and then we'll keep going.
We're
So
divas.
we try to throw in
Whip it
little
good.
little things here and there to try and make it a little bit more fun and energetic. And
You guys should do a freeze, and
Yeah.
then
And
that
everyone
part.
nipple
Hold on,
slip.
no, that part in the Cha Cha Slide where freeze, and then be like, everybody, clap your hands. Anyway.
Yeah, I am all for that. I can't wait to see you
I've
guys do
been
that.
to too many weddings
Next
in the past
show.
couple weeks.
Next
It's stuck
show,
in
you
my
guys
head.
are doing that, right?
Book it.
Everybody, clap
yeah.
your ass.
I'm gonna make us do it now.
Oh my god.
Mike, that would be him fucking blasting off.
We need a banner mic, 2 vocal mics. We need a fart mic for our drummer.
Don't worry, we brought our own. We just need the XLR cable.
He's got fart solo. He's like, some drummers who do drum
fart solo.
Dude, we got a fart solo, dude.
Can we have a hidden bonus track on the new CD of Fart Solo
Called Anal Tourette's.
called Anal Tourette's?
that's right.
Would it be a fart solo or more of him just shitting his drawers and him needing to get more underwear?
So
And buying Fiber One.
before the show, we
Put
were
a toilet on
talking
stage as a drum throne.
about Mike Mohammed Mustafa's
Jesus,
Bowel-
Mary, Joseph.
bowel movement issues. So you guys told us about how Mike he blew up all of his underwear and
Yes.
had to buy just new underwear because he just blown holes through all
he
of them.
shat through all of his underwear.
He
and-
shat. That was he shat through all of his underwear.
So after
gonna
practice, we had
take
to run
this
to the
shit?
Target.
Wow,
by his
man.
house.
Before practice.
It was before. Okay, so it was before practice. We went to Target to get more underwear, and he ended up buying more Fiber One
And pineapple.
to
and
destroy the rest of whatever he had left of his cloth underwear.
I think you guys are at that point where you shouldn't be buying him underwear anymore. Mike, you need Depends.
Fuck that. Just put a toilet on stage like a bedpan.
replaces
A bedpan glued to his drum
No,
frame.
a
it's just not
5-gallon
on the
bucket, you
stage.
can get a
he needs
toilet seat.
an adult
Put
diaper
on a
on him at
5-gallon
all
bucket.
times.
I
He's
used to have one when I
unpredictable.
worked on houses.
Nice. How often did you have to use it?
Shedder's
Right
full, coming down.
Most of the houses I worked on didn't have running water, so
Nice.
pull a Christmas Vacation.
Up
Have
on the
him
roof.
walk off the stage, goes shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
This sounds like what the song "The Sixth Extinction" is about.
Yeah, that should exactly.
This shit extinction.
Now,
Shit
Mike,
stinction.
in between when we were listening to your guys' favorite song off of We Ride, Luke's favorite song, he told me, he whispered in my ear, he said, "This is my favorite song." You said you had a great story you needed to tell, you had to share.
Oh,
Please do
Do we,
tell.
no, do we want to let him tell it? Because it's going to take 20 minutes.
yeah.
Yes.
We've got
so,
time.
So this was the day of the Super Bowl?
It was the
Yes.
night of the Super Bowl, yeah.
Which
we
one?
were all hanging out, and we bought two 18-inch, like a
Two
lot of
big
pizza.
pizzas.
A lot of pizza.
Okay.
And,
We weren't watching the Super Bowl.
no,
though.
we weren't watching
No,
this. We
y'all
were
were
watching
eating some
Alien,
pizza.
actually. And we went to pick up the pizza, and he looked on the TV screen they had in there because they were all watching it. He goes, did the Patriots win the Super Bowl? And they're like, no. He goes, good. I hope Tom Brady aborts his kid. In a crowded room
Of children.
of people in a pizza place.
The guy who
Oh,
gave
in
us the pizza, he
pizza
was
place.
like,
It was in the place.
Yeah.
In the pizza. I thought you meant in the comfort of your own home.
No,
No,
this
in
was
the
in
pizza.
the pizza
It was
place.
in the
Jesus,
pizza
Mary, Joseph.
Some crack came out of the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Mike Mustafa.
Yeah. Mike Muhammad Mustafa.
the guy didn't know what to say. He was just like, holy shit,
Don't
that's
worry, Wanda. It's just a little mishap. Carlos!
Mike Muhammad Mustafa.
I'm
gave him
telling
a new
you, the
stage name
Magic
tonight.
School bus would make a great drinking game. I'm telling you. I'm going to start something here.
So what are the rules to the Magic School?
You got to take a
Magic-
shot every time Miss Frizzle says, bust through your stuff. You got to take another shot when Arnold's like, I should have stayed home today. Another one when the whole class is like, Carlos. Yeah, you'd be fucking dead probably like in 2 episodes.
Now a shot or just a drink?
Shit.
A shot.
A shot.
A shit.
Jesus.
So have you been watching the
What about
Magic
when the
School Bus
little-
on Netflix where the Miss Frizzle looks like a decent human being and not weird looking?
Oh, no. There's 2, actually. The first one is the original Magic School
The
Bus.
other
The
one's for
second
the
one is with her
adults.
sister.
With her sister.
Yeah, her sister like Miss Frizzle like is done teaching the class, so then
I'm fucking done with you kids.
pretty much.
Lights up a cigarette.
And then her sister comes in.
Her sister comes in. What's her sister's name?
It's not his sister.
Frazzle.
Mike's just watching strange porn again.
That sounds.
He's
That
just really
sounns legit.
confused.
Have you ever heard
Do you
of a
want
sloppy jalopy?
Okay, done. No, he tried to. No.
What's a sloppy jalopy?
Do not tell him this. I swear to God.
Oh,
I will
shit,
kill
cat's out of
all
the bag
3
now.
of you.
Please tell me.
Please don't. Because
So-
you know what's going to happen. I don't want.
I'm sorry, but if Lugo actually does do that, I kind of want a picture.
What's the sloppy jalopy
Please
for all the
don't
listeners?
You're gonna
describe
find
this
out in just a
on our
minute.
show.
Sloppy jalopy, my friend. Is
Look it up.
when
No,
you're-
don't. Just look it up on
Morgan-
Urban Dictionary.
Morgan
Please
earmuffs.
Give us,
Actually, I do have the meaning of it.
please give
of,
us
like,
the Urban Dictionary,
Here,
not just
I
your.
actually gotta find the meaning. There's also a dirty Chewbacca.
Oh, my God.
A sloppy jalopy is a sexual act for partners very comfortable with each other. During fellatio,
Yeah,
when
this
the
is
man
it.
is about to climax, he pushes the girl away, comes in his own hand, and smacks the girl in the face with it.
Oh my God.
This is called the sloppy jalopy.
You didn't read
That
the
sounds-
quote. If
that's-
it's Urban
oh,
Dictionary, you
oh.
gotta read the quote.
How do I get that back on? That sounds fucking legit.
Oh, but here's
I'm so sorry. I told him not to bring it up.
here's another funny thing. So when I was reading
is it
that,
used in a sentence?
I was reading it to my brother, and what was it? Fellatio. Yeah, I never seen how it was spelled. I just knew how to say it, but I never seen how it was spelled. So I call it Valetio
Oh, for what?
for fellatio.
I was bad at trying to figure out how things were said. You might be as bad as me.
Because
It's a
I
nice
was
thing,
reading
the
that
Valetio.
to my brother and my mom in the car.
Your mom heard this too?
Yeah.
You
Oh
read
my
this to your
God.
mom? Yeah. Respect. When a car that someone had sex in is left with sexual residues like snail trails and cum stains on the seats, carpets, door panels, steering wheel, stick shift, etc. Jason, I just banged my girlfriend in this car at a cemetery. Look, there's still cum stains on the back seat. Marco, oh man, you're disgusting. Let me out of this sloppy jalopy.
Oh my god.
Perfect. I'm glad I know that.
I'm trying to find
I'm
the
so
dirty
sorry.
Chewbacca.
No.
Leave it alone. Let it die.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is a good time for another
Oh, here it is,
song.
dirty
Oh
Chewbacca.
my God.
Go to song. Go to song.
Time to go through the dark and take a pause. Here is more Opacia.
You're listening to The Metal Experience.
We've assembled a collection of bands who have drummers.
I do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, Dick. Now sit back and listen.
We are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze. Our guest host, Erik Oldman, is with us from Sons of Ra. And we just heard another Opacia track called Through the Dark off of We Ride.
We ride. That one's off of We Ride.
We ride.
We ride.
We ride.
We totally ride.
And Erik has a question for you guys.
You guys got dogs?
See.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no.
You like dogs?
Yes.
See.
Yes.
You ever give your dogs a bath?
No.
See.
No, never.
Never tried to give your dog a bath?
We do take her to get
Maybe you shouldn't have dogs.
Maybe you should shut the fuck up.
Don't tell me how to raise my dog, man. Well, dog in the bathtub is while doing a girl in her box.
This is why you
You
wanted
insert your hairy beanbag into her turd cutter. Man, I was doing Susie last night. I tried to put my Balzac into her brown star. It was like trying to keep a dog in a bathtub. Dog in a bathtub.
There you go.
Oh wait, yes, I
Thank God
have
for
given
that.
a dog.
Oh, you mean dog in a bathtub? Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've done.
Oh
yeah,
my God, I hate you, Michael.
yeah, I have given my dog a bath.
Anyway, that's my contribution.
Woo!
Oh my goshness.
Well, you guys have a very, very exciting show coming up that I know that
do
you
tell.
guys have been wanting to talk about and
How
promote.
do you follow up after dog in a bathtub?
With the show announcement.
By you
not gonna
follow
be as
up
good
by
as that.
putting
Nope.
your hairy beanbag into her turd cutter.
Now that there's no microphone on Luco, please tell us about your show.
Uh,
Nope, you're not. No one can hear you.
okay, so our next show is May 25th at the Forge in Joliet with other local bands.
The Aperture Somatic, and then
Terranaut.
Terranaut's
and
cool.
then what's the Oceans of
Oceans of Slumber. It's the tour is Ocean. No, not Ocean. Oceans of Slumber.
And then Insomnium.
Insomnium from Finland, and
Which
Oh, wow.
that is incredible
Nice.
because
It is.
I love Insomnium and melodic death metal.
Have you guys played out there before?
We played there with another band we were in.
When it was the Forge? Like
yeah, when it was
recently?
the Forge.
How you guys like it?
I love it a lot.
Yeah,
I
it's
personally think it's a really cool place.
I played there when it was Mojo's, and I hated it.
I played there when it was Mojo's too, and it was horrible as Mojo's.
It was.
And then it was the
Actually,
tree.
Playing there as the Forge, it was really
It seems
fun.
like they finally got their shit
Yeah,
together
the
with
staff
this
is really
management.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
and I mean, it just goes.
They don't
to
treat the local bands like shit. which is
Right.
the most
They
important
don't,
part.
they don't
I hate
overbook
it.
you guys.
Mojo
or-
the,
so
the old
much.
drummer from Diamond Plate works there, which is pretty sweet just to walk in his presence. Like,
the promoter, the lady who books the stuff there, she seems
Yeah,
to be
Nikki.
really on the ball with,
yeah, she's great to deal with.
and
too.
she's like
Yeah.
paying attention to like the genres and putting like bands on like bills and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, I've seen a bunch of my other friends that have been in the metal scene have been playing out there, and they seem to be really happy with it. So
Yeah, so
it's
far
cool.
it's been great.
It's cool to have something out there that's really nice. You know.
Yeah, after the Mojo's in the tree.
Yeah,
how much of a
those
shit show
nightmares.
that was. Yeah,
So you guys have some tickets still available, correct?
we do.
Yes.
I think we have what
20? Yeah.
Yeah. So we still have a decent amount on us right
If you
now.
And
want
how
some?
much are they?
They are 22 apiece.
Yeah. And
Nice.
if you want one from us, just message us
message
on
us.
Facebook. It's just Opacia.
Yeah, we can drive them out. We can email. We're pretty low key.
Can't
Cool.
email a physical ticket.
Yeah, mail is what I meant. Yeah.
Well, you still got time. Still got time for the
Yes.
snail mail to get to you in the Chicago area on
But
time.
now,
True.
if we'll try to deliver, if anything. I
Yeah,
wouldn't wanna-
delivers usually the best.
I wouldn't want to try to make you wait on mail and it not
Yeah.
show up on time.
Cricket, Luco on phone.
I'm trying to find that exact terminology of that
Oh, fail.
ball sack in.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know,
That's still a thing.
I just realized that Eric's shirt has unicorns on it. And
That's right.
we were actually talking about unicorns
No.
on the way in here.
Mute him. Mute him.
Mute him, please.
I'm ready.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Fine.
So you guys had some badass artwork for Re-Ride. What is the artwork, or have you not decided yet for the new album?
We have the artwork we're really close to having it done. Where'd she go? She's not here.
But Luke's girlfriend Cheyenne did the artwork for We Ride.
Yeah,
She
and
hand paints it, and she's doing
It's
it
amazing
for
work.
our upcoming album as well.
Yeah, so it's right there to being done with just a few more details here and there.
Can
and
you
we'll have the
share
artwork done.
maybe a little bit, like describe it?
It's a lot different than We Ride. We Ride was really colorful and vibrant, and we kind of went the more like out there approach with it. But this one's straightforward. I mean, it's I don't know what exactly.
It's
to say
hard
that
to describe without giving away what it is, and I don't really want to give it away yet.
Yeah,
But, it's
basically the overarching theme of mass genocide by a god. Let's put it that
that's
way.
Whoa.
It's not a concept album, but most of the songs kind of fit that concept.
Yeah. All the songs kind of base around the central idea of like a more powerful being that either turns on people or,
or was never good to begin with.
Never good to begin
So
with. That's what the title track is about.
concept album.
Sort of, but it's all about different stuff. I mean, me and him are huge gamers, and we both love the Dark Souls Bloodborne series. And half of the album is inspired is actually written directly about Bloodborne and Dark Souls. So
By Vigi Games?
yes, Vigi Games.
Yay.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say concept album because I consider concept albums having one overarching story.
Yeah.
But each song's its own contained story.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to go through the approach of writing our own stories for everything, which
It's a
was
headache.
fun, but it was rough. So
And we also tried to write a concept album, and it was horrible.
and it went really bad. So we tried to conserve our energy with that for maybe an album or two down the road.
So which song describes your Dungeons and Dragons character?
Can we take a quick guess at which one it is? I think Eric has it queued up. Eric, the song that you think describes their Dungeons and Dragons character is...
Mike really likes this song because it has to do with dogs.
It's really rhythmic.
Now, would that or would that not perfectly describe your Dungeons and Dragons character?
Perfect.
Weren't you the D&D player?
I have played a little bit, but
I've dabbled.
I have dabbled.
Shadowrun?
But I'd say that would describe Mike's perfectly.
Yeah.
But
It's just no bathtubs.
Hold out your stocking, kids.
what?
Lube up your anus hole.
Turd cutter.
Lube up your turd cutter. I'm coming in.
Every night.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm telling you, anal Tourette's. It's a serious thing.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Well, let's play another track
Of anal Tourette's.
Please mute
off
him.
of We Ride, unless you changed the name and didn't tell me until now. What is
song okay?
the next track that you would like
You guys
to
should
play?
pick this one.
Let's go We Ride.
Yeah, title track.
Just a
We Ride.
title track, yeah.
The titular track.
Titular track.
Titular track.
The tits.
Spirit
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Fuck you! Will you wear the blood? So you swallowed up?
All right, we are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, our guest host for the evening, Erik Oldman, and we are
Jesus.
still here with Opacia.
I don't have a microphone.
He doesn't have a microphone. He's just shouting through a foghorn through his hands. But we are back. That was just another track by Opacia that we just heard called We Ride, the titular track off of We Ride that was released.
Pronounce it correctly, Morgan.
We Ride.
We ride.
We ride. We ride. We ride. We ride. And we have a special guest with us tonight. Brett drove all the way from Milwaukee to talk to us about an upcoming show that he put together.
Heyo.
So, Brett, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and talk a little bit about the show you have coming up?
Give us the deets.
Will do. Well, thanks for having me on. I came down from Milwaukee, like you said, and up there we have an event going on June 2nd. It's going to be at the Light Lounge, one of the newer area market places that are going to be hosting local events. There's a couple more around the vicinity of the area that are trying to do more local acts. And it's going to have 6 local bands. A couple of them have been out there for a while, grinding and doing their thing. And a couple are up-and-comers and just getting their feet wet and doing it for pretty much the first or second time around out there in front of a whole mass amount of people. So it's one of those things I wanted to incorporate a little bit of the semi-established and then the newbie kind of conglomerate to get them out there and kind of, because there's a lot of networking with bands and such and booking and such. So I wanted to kind of facilitate a way in order for that to really foster people to feel comfortable doing it, because I know a lot of people can, feel, downtrodden right off the bat and say, fuck this, I'm done with it. But I want this to be something that's conducive for them to be able to, really show what they got and their potential. A lot of these people are, especially with Opacia, like fucking talented. Why not get them incorporated with something that'll really show what they got? And people, avenues of approach to get people more out there and, get the word out about who they are so other new ears can hear them. So, that's what we got set up on June 2nd. We got, the events, and then we have a little more incorporation of local artistry involved with it, because we figured people are going to want to see these bands. And I'm a guy, this is my first time after about a 10-year stint of taking a break. I used to do it back in my younger 20s, and then other things were happening. And then now I'm getting back into the swing of things, kind of using a little bit more wisdom with it. And this time I'm going to incorporate a little bit more bands, rock, themed artistry, and some other things, surprises, prizes, and all those different things in order to make this kind of like some weird, bizarre acid trip circus is my goal.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Now, who is playing June 2nd?
All right. So we got Autumn Reverie. They're a band from Madison. They're pretty much your standard rock. And then we have Ignition 89. They, to me, would be the fairly new compared to the rest of the bands. It's weird. I hate to say this, but they've got a country vibe rock, if that makes any sense, which is kind of hard to describe because you either separate one genre or the other. But they seem to cross that genre pretty well, incorporating both of them. And then you have one that I'm wearing the shirt of right now, The Wilted. He's been around since the mid-2Ks. It's more of a goth metal, so it's a different style, a switch up. And then we have a band, Inbound, there. They're kind of more of a softer, I hate to say that, but it's a more softer, easy listening rock. And then we have Lithic, who's been around for a while. They've been around for almost a decade and change. The bassist there, he ended up playing with a couple other bands out in New York before he came out here. He opened up, I think, for Deftones out in CBGB, and so he's kind of made his way, migrated out here. So he's going to be, doing his thing. And then we got a band called Hijack, who's, out of all the ones, I think they've got the most momentum right now. They're circulating around, doing radios. They just signed a new deal with a record label, and they're kind of just really moving with everything going on with them. And the drummer, Ron, he's got an amazing vibe to him. He's got an onstage presence just when he's performing his drums. It's like amazing to see. So yeah, it's going to be all those bands and then a whole bunch of surprises and fun, and So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how much is it to get into the show that night?
It's only $5, and you can get it either at the door, order 'em will call, and then we got it at a event through Brown Paper Tickets. They do it easy for anybody who wants to set up events in the future. It's very user friendly, but I guess the best way I can tell people, especially in this location, if you just Google Birdman with a U, Birdman's Night of Rock, it'll come up with 3 or 4 results, and you just look anywhere and they'll show you the details, address, brown paper ticket page shows up, so you know where you can get tickets in advance. And there's an incentive. I'm giving some people the first, I think it was 20 people who buy their tickets, I'm going to give them a $50 prize.
What?
And yeah,
That's pretty
I'm all about the
sweet.
customers. I want to make sure, because I think we, in some ways, a lot of people up there in Milwaukee, they're all about, you know, we want our cover bands. We want our cover bands. And I don't know how it is down in this area.
It's a lot of the same.
Yeah, and I'm like, I hate that fucking shit. Because, you know, if everyone's doing that, we're all like fucking robotic and it gets motherfucking boring. So then that's why I say, let's do these local bands who have their own style, who have their own personalities, and let's embrace that fucking shit because that's what makes them unique. So that's what I'm doing, and I told the bands, you know, you can throw in a cover there, you know, just so the people can be like a little nostalgic, a little Cure or something, like, you know, but for the most part, I like, you know, doing their own genuine thing and keeping it original. And the other thing is I figured, and I haven't made an announcement, but if I can.
Absolutely.
This is for anybody who's coming to the event. If you dress up in the most rock style you want, whether it's goth, metal, punk, I am going to give a $100 prize for the person at the end of the night who looks the most badass. That's just me wanting to make this thing amazing for the summer. People are going to be out. People are going to want to do something new. You know, everything's almost stagnant to the point of, you know, mass, murder. We don't want to do that. We just want to keep things that are going to keep people fresh and engaged, and that's what my goal is to do. Because I think, music, especially rock music, as I've advertised on my promotions, isn't just a band, hey, I'm going to book you, let's do 2 hours and like get some asses in the seats. It's more than that. It's a culture. It's not only the band playing, it's the people who come to see it too, the customers. It's the venues. It's like the Viper Room. It is like CBGB. It's like Whiskey A Go Go. It's like all these places. And I've been fortunate to go around this country and see a couple of these places and see and feel the vibes of that culture. And so I kind of, as I've come back after that 10-year stint of being absent, traveling around, I kind of incorporate that and, put it in the old archive files and say, that was a fucking good idea. That was a neat idea. That kind of sucked ass. But so I'm just kind of cherry picking what I like and incorporating it into the, the local scene, the circuit that we have in these areas, Milwaukee, Chicago, whatever, and trying to make it, a good thing.
Nice. And where can everybody get in touch with you if they're interested in booking at one of the venues that you're trying to work with now?
Well, right now I do it separately on my Facebook pages or other ways to promote it individually. But you can find me on Facebook, and I'll usually have an event that's associated with something that's directly, easily, able to access, and you can see where the event is and who's there and anything else you need to know about it. But you can contact me through Facebook, much like they were mentioning about their band Facebook, page. You just contact through there, and I've had a couple interests in the future for different events towards the end of the summer so far, but I'm kind of keeping those doors open until after this big, monster's taken care of in June, because there's a lot of behind-the-scenes hard work to do. It's kind of weird being out of the game for a while, then coming back and holy shit, like trying to keep it fresh, new, and then remember some of the old, kind of stuff that doesn't go away. So. But yeah, Facebook, you can find me there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for making the drive out and sharing the event information. We do appreciate it. And then look for links on our Facebook page throughout the upcoming month that we'll post to help promote the show. And make sure that you go give the event a look at and get the details and buy your tickets online ahead of time so you can drive up there and already know that you're good to go.
Hey-o!
Woo!
Thank you.
Absolutely. Opacia, are you still with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Are you ready to ride?
Always.
Opacia, get the fuck out of here.
What was
Just
that?
the title just came
Noted.
from the no.
No.
Yeah, who?
Yeah.
As we said before, me and Luke play a lot of video games, and
It's really sad.
It's
it
real
is.
sad.
It is. But a
You
favorite.
ride a lot of horses in the games.
But
They ride horses. That's what it's from.
Essentially, yeah. It's
but-
from a game called The Witcher 3. Which
but that's one of our favorite games. And
Is that the one that Vader did the soundtrack?
no? That was the first one.
that was
they
the
did.
first
Okay.
one. Yeah.
But the main
Mr.
enemy in
Hands.
The Witcher 3 is called the Wild Hunt, and it's like a bunch of demonish kind of guys that ride horses through portals.
Which the
and-
guy on the front of We Ride's cover was designed after their armor set.
Okay,
So
all right.
it took a lot of influence from that kind of stuff. So
It's
yeah.
legit.
There's always a lot of video game and nerdy
We're-
shit influences in everything that we
I
do.
mean, that's all we do.
I mean, I'm a huge sci-fi horror and like Renaissance type stuff.
What's your favorite sci-fi horror renaissance?
Alien.
Okay.
But
Predator.
yeah, I agree.
What,
Boy.
bruh?
I agree.
What, bruh?
Bruh.
But
Come at me, bro.
I love
Blade
comics, manga, everything. So
We kind of blend the worlds together and see where we
I'll give you a dog in a bathtub.
Their insert album cover picture is going to be them riding unicorns.
Ooh.
Majestically in the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that just reminded me of The Witcher 3.
Yeah, that does remind me. Of
In
no,
this-
no.
In the CD, Mike, can you now go by Mike Muhammad Mustafa?
I'll do it.
Yes, you
Jesus,
will.
Yes,
Mary
he will.
Joseph.
He will. Yeah.
And in
Mike
parentheses,
Muhammad Mustafa.
Jesus,
in
Mary,
parentheses,
Joseph.
Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
Mustafa Dini. That's
Mustafa Dini.
Mustafa Dini. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We'll just put him on Joe's donkey and
Yeah. That'll be the new album cover. We're just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
scratch
Sorry,
Wait,
everything
you mean
up.
goat, right? He
fucking-
doesn't have a
Yo,
donkey.
he has a
right?
He has a
He still has
donkey.
a donkey?
He has
oh
a
my
pygmy
God.
donkey.
He has the goat died though.
Oh,
yeah, there was a goat
yeah.
that died.
No. And I was like,
he still has some goats, Mike. Don't
I was
worry.
like, hey, how's your goat? And he's like, oh, the goat died. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. He's like, fuck that goat. That goat was an asshole. And I was like, really?
The one day I was there, he goes, all that thing does is eat shit.
I thought it was.
I do too, and I'm still in the band.
I thought it was cool that.
Surprisingly.
I thought it was cool that he had a goat. Like, how many people you meet? They're like, oh yeah, this is my goat, Jim.
There was a day that I got to his house and I was pulling up to record, and I got interrupted by 3 chickens, like walking up into it, like his door.
I screamed out
In his-
goats because I saw
the
goats.
goat would go in the house though,
Yeah,
right?
not to my
it
experience. Not my
hasn't while
experience.
we've been there.
It needs to though.
I
I'm gonna
think
hound
the
him for
goat
it.
would go into his mom's house then.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I could have swore I saw that.
I know his grandma lives with him. So
The
Yeah,
grandma's
his
house.
His mom lives with him.
And then maybe
she
he
does-
was like, and don't try and pet the goat. He's a jerk. He'll try and bite you.
yeah.
I was like, dude, but I want to play with your fucking goat.
Yeah, I was like that.
So did you guys play with the donkey?
We have yet to touch the donkey because we're trying to get the fucking record done.
Well,
we're very big jokesters, but when it comes down to time to actually do work,
yeah, like this needs to get done.
we do put the joking aside and get to work.
The last time we actually had a record complete, like musically, it was another hour's worth of material, and it got trashed because we sat on it for too long. So now it's like
wait, say that again.
we had a full-length record written before the one we have now.
about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year and a half-ish ago. It was pretty much right
we
after
had
Ride.
we had it written before We Ride was recorded.
We had the album done before We Ride was done with done recording, and we sat on it for too long and ended up hating it and just trashed it. So
And
it was a
some
whole
of-
album's worth of material.
Some of those songs might come up as B tracks in the future, but
yeah, we don't know yet.
we don't know.
So that
Venus.
we trashed those and then wrote a whole new album, and then this one just came
The-
out
this
years
is like
better, and it was.
From what I think we were calling it, the Throne of Vigilance or something. That was the
So
word.
we had a lot of really lame titles.
Yeah, but like from
That's
what.
the coolest title I've ever heard in my
Wait, was
life.
that the one when we had Colossus on there?
Yes.
Yeah, that was that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But from that to what have we said the title? Yeah, on
Yeah, on Blackest Wings.
From
yeah.
what we did on Blackest Wings, it's night and day, and
Yeah, on Blackest Wings took more of like it took more of our death metal side. We embraced more of the thrash side with the record before what this one was written.
I say when you hear Blackest Wing, it's going to make you want to dick slam your sister the
yeah,
next Tuesday.
Like
Jesus.
we really tried to make it flow.
I don't know if I want to listen to this album now.
Yeah, thank you.
please, Mike.
Please do, please. We
Just
need to
don't
eat.
dick slam your sister in the
Yeah.
next week.
We need to eat, but
We need to eat.
We're musicians. We
like
don't eat.
we really tried to make it like a flowing record, but all of the songs have their own individual aspect about them that we think is really cool. So we're really hoping once it all comes out, it'll all come together. Like there's a lot of tracks that are really fast and in your face, and then there's a couple that aren't quite.
How do you guys typically write the material? Is it like you kind of like come up with the framework and guitar parts, or do you guys?
I come up with like pretty much the entire skeleton. So I have Superior Drummer and some recording equipment at my house. So I'll come up with a rough demo. I'll record a bunch of guitar parts and eventually put it together, and it'll become like the guitar tracks.
Cool.
And then I'll throw drums over it. There's no bass. I don't have a bass in my house, so I don't record any of that. So I leave that up to him. But yeah, so
I don't have a bass in my house.
I only play 6 strings, which I could get a 6-string bass. That could be I could be a super cunt. But
okay.
Yeah, so like I'll come up with something as time goes on, and then that track will eventually get sent to them in like an actual track form. So I'll line in guitars, and it'll actually be audio versus some people like to use Guitar Pro, which is totally cool. That program's awesome.
I use Guitar Pro.
Yeah, it's a great program because I don't usually tab. I'm really bad at teaching and putting tabs out. But when it comes down to actually sending tracks, these two are both good at learning, like getting the idea of songs and getting them together.
They help you
in their
flesh
heads.
out the arrangement.
Exactly. So that way
they make the drums don't sound like a computer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and when it comes down to like getting that kind of stuff together, it really helps with us actually arranging the songs together, making it more like you said, like an arrangement.
And then
it sounds more like a band, right?
Yeah, like we can actually take individual parts and change them and make them meld together a little
I know,
bit
like, some people will hear that and they'll think that Luke has the say in everything, but he really doesn't. Like, if
we don't let him have the say in anything.
Yeah,
no, but if he sends us a track we don't like, we'll just be like, hey, we don't.
We
don't like that.
You go, Luke, you've been served.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
That's exactly what Rich says all the time.
If only that was the half of what I said.
Oh God, it's nightmare.
You've been served a dog in a bathtub.
But no, I mean, out of all I haven't been in many bands, but I've been in a few and
Couple two tree.
Yeah, but the writing process for Opacia
it's smooth.
It's very smooth and.
It never takes more than a couple months to get a song together. Like some bands will sit on songs for
that
4
might
or 5
sound
months
long,
at a time.
but I mean, for the length of our songs, we don't have a song that's under 6 minutes and maybe just shy.
I think we have
of
like a
6.
5:45 on the album.
Right,
like
but that's just
that's the shortest song we've ever written. It's
5:45. That's so short.
Yeah,
for us it is, but I mean,
for us it's weird.
Cool.
Feels like it
but
goes
we
by too
also
fast.
like I know like some bands they're like, okay, here's the song we wrote, we're gonna go record it, and they won't practice it at all, and they won't, they'll just, okay, we wrote it this way, we record it this way.
Yeah, before we ever decide that a song is actually like album worthy or actually worthy to be put into like, because I mean when you write music, if you're actually aiming to put it out, you want it to be good. You actually want it to be a representation of your musicianship and the work you've actually put into it. So we'll sit with it and we'll all learn about it, and we'll meet up individually and practice the parts together. Like he'll come over to my house with his pad and we'll just do guitar and just do drum pad and just tighten it up.
I also
a little bit.
practice in the bathroom.
True, he does.
Because when I'm taking shits, I'll listen to the songs and I actually do got drumsticks.
You need a shit kit.
Like
a shit kit.
Oh,
I do.
We're gonna start.
That would solve all your problems, man.
Because
you don't need pants. You don't need
the sink in my bathroom is next to the toilet, and there's this drawer. So I open the drawer, bust up my drumsticks, and I'm listening to the song, and I'm just like coming up with like ideas while I'm taking a shit.
That eventually evolves into all of us finally getting together. Like with this winter, we only met up, I think, in a 4-month span, probably twice.
We practiced in the bathroom.
Yeah, and it'll eventually come together. But if the song itself doesn't feel good to us while we're playing it as a band, there's no reason anyone else should. There's no reason to put it out, in my opinion, at least.
And I don't think we had any song on the
Nothing
album.
that really felt weird.
No.
We really feel like this is the strongest material we've ever written.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I say we really pushed ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, especially musically.
In more
as
ways
far as
than one.
Yes.
You have no idea.
So what's your plan? I mean, you're getting the album together, recording it, and you're going to put it out. How are you putting it out? What channels are you guys looking at for
hookers
distribution?
We want to.
That would be a new way to distribute.
Give it to
music.
hookers to distribute.
Yeah. It's
free.
Here's your condom and your CD of Opacia, honey.
I mean, that's true street teaming right there.
Take the CD out and line up that cocaine.
Growing already did it.
But
it's like buy Opacia condom. With this, you will ride.
I like
But the
that.
band
good, actually.
You're fired.
growing already beat you to it.
Hey, I liked it.
I mean,
so
just
you're
look
overruled.
at like your significant other and just be like, "You ready to ride, baby? We about to ride."
Now you're fired.
Like, are you guys just looking at doing downloads? Are you gonna make
No,
some
we
CDs?
did all digital for We Ride, and that was a huge mistake. Like
people, people
People
still ask,
want CDs.
people still want. Yeah,
I
we
think
played-
that's big in the metal community. Like,
is.
We
people
played-
want that physical artifact
We
still,
played
right?
a couple shows, and they there was people that they didn't
got
have
any CDs, bro?
Well, yeah, they didn't have money for a shirt, but they had like $5, and I said, "Do you have any CDs?"
Right.
And we're like, "No." They're like, "Well, that's that's all.
Right.
That's all I
That's-
really want." And
That's what we want. The music.
yeah, and
But-
there's no point in if you're gonna actually release music to actually have music on you to
I
give to
think-
people, and Bandcamp links can only go so far.
Right. And
So
I mean, I had a friend that lived down in Florida that he kept bugging me for a CD, and
Yeah.
we never
we
got it made.
never got around to getting it. So like, we really don't want to fully release this album until we have it all together.
like
this time.
have CDs.
Like to actually have our shit together before we put it out.
Are you even entertaining the idea of getting vinyl pressed, or is that just
Not
beyond?
currently.
If
No.
we
It's
had,
so expensive.
if
Yeah.
if we had the money, I would love to. I wouldn't put off releasing the album to wait for that to get done.
Yeah.
You think about looking into like maybe partnering up with a distribution label?
There is a label that we would really like to work with. It's just getting the money together at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, big life stuff coming up for all of us. So like the next step is would be a distribution type thing. Like
Yeah.
there's a I don't want to call them a label, but a distribution group out in Poland called Via Nocturna that we really would like to work with.
They actually contacted us.
Yeah, and with our style of music, we don't really want to focus too much in America because it's
No.
not something that Americans really like.
No.
When it
you're
comes
right.
down to the melodic side of things,
It's Europe.
It's Europe. I mean, we've got
Anything that's outside of the mainstream is outside of the United
yeah,
States.
and we've gotten a lot of
Yeah.
I don't even want to say compliments, but just people saying like you have a more European sound. Like why are you
Totally.
shooting for
Yeah.
here? And
Yeah.
then we try.
Are
to
you
keep
European?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should be playing Poland.
That would be like
We
the
would
ultimate
love
goal.
to go play
That
Europe.
would be
but I
so
mean,
cool.
We're all broke. So.
Yeah, we're just
Right.
all broke. Exactly.
And that's the rub. Like the next question after that was, so getting the album done, you thinking about your distribution. The thing about Chicago is you got a handful of really good venues that cater to metal. But are you guys looking at maybe doing regional stuff? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
we want to focus
Milwaukee?
more on regional.
We
than
started
local.
doing regional last year. We played Indiana, Milwaukee, and Peoria, still Illinois, but we played down.
What
in
kind of
Peoria.
response did you guys get when you played
in
out south?
Indiana, it was fantastic. We played out there. It was at the Doom Room with
Nick,
and
my boy.
with Nick.
The
and,
Doom Room.
and we had arguably the worst day we've ever had as a band, but we still showed up and we played, and it was a fantastic experience.
And,
Yeah,
and
Nick just
Doom
a-
Room
They-
are so fucking awesome.
They know.
Nick is the
And-
man.
They were coming up to us all night, saying,
Yeah.
talking about. That was another
Yeah.
show where people kept asking for CDs.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
We-
Yeah.
we sold a lot of shirts that night, though. So
Yeah.
we haven't played a regional show that really has really hit us hard, like at home, like where it comes to like we really loved it.
Yeah.
I
Which-
loved the Doom Room show.
the Doom Room would be one of them.
I mean,
yeah,
we met
but-
Death Crown there, and they
Yeah.
they said, hey,
Yeah,
we
there's
want-
another band to plug is Death Crown. Fantastic old school death metal
Yeah.
from Virginia. Fantastic.
they said,
band.
hey,
Virginia.
Virginia.
If they
Yeah.
said, hey, if
In
you
the
want to play
style of
the
old
East
Dismembered.
Coast, hit us up. So
Yeah.
we got a connection on the
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah.
But
That's how you build those connections, though. You get out of the city, looking up on the regional days, whatever promoters you're looking at, like in Indiana or
Yeah.
maybe Iowa. A lot of great death metal bands out in Iowa.
Well, and
Mutilated by Zombies.
yeah,
Uh,
Mutilated
for
by
John
Zombies is
Smooth.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
our focus right now is kind of hit more of the East Coast because that seems where death metal is shining right now.
Yeah,
So
it's really
the
strong out there.
West Coast has always been more of a thrash scene, obviously with the Bay Area, obviously coming from the thrash coming from there.
And
But
it's
like
a longer commute, too.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
drive time's going to kill you.
when it comes down to think of the stuff I'm inspired by as far as the American end, like Death and Obituary. When it comes down to like the Floridian death metal scene,
Yeah.
getting up through
Floridian.
up into New York
Fancy
with Cannibal
words.
Corpse
Ooh.
and all those guys. It's the East Coast is the place to be for
Yeah.
death metal
And,
currently.
Right.
But we played a couple shows. We did one in Wisconsin. That was an absolute garbage show,
I
which
mean-
every band goes through. But like we didn't play till like 1 a.m.
for one of the band's like Cougar Girlfriends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
our
so-
crowd were literally MILFs.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's target
Just,
audience for you.
Target audience.
Yeah.
Perfect
And,
for you guys.
But
I bet
There-
they
that-
loved
and
it.
then- and then the
and I had
Peoria
pink
show.
eye that day. That was horrible. Like,
You got
Pink eye?
poo-poo in your eyeball?
I guess I had pink eye that whole day.
That's why my IH afterwards.
He didn't wash his
had,
hands.
I thought I had pink eye the other day, but not because it was my own poo-poo.
Did you wash your hands?
I was helping someone move, and I didn't tell Morgan this.
Did you wash your hands?
And I said,
yes, I did.
she wanted to know if we wanted to go to the show, and I'm like, my eyes fucked up, and I didn't tell her what it was because I was embarrassed. So now I'm going to share it with the world.
What?
The Metal Experience world. So I was helping a buddy move, right? And I put on clean clothes after work to go help him move.
Gave him a dog
and
a bathtub.
And then I was putting the dog in the bathtub.
Did you wash your
And then-
hands? I keep fucking
yeah,
asking
so-
you this.
Well, we moved like these couches and shit. And then we're
Well,
out
shit, what do you expect?
Not poop, you know what I mean. We moved like these couches and chairs and computer desk and whatever. And then he was like, "Hey, I'll pay you guys. There's 4 of us. He's like, I'll pay you guys in beers and I'll grill up some steaks. Fuck yeah." So
Oh yeah, man.
we're staying outside. Girl, my buddy goes, "What's on your shirt?" And I looked down,
Shit.
right where you can almost not see it, and it looked like there was like chocolate or something on my shirt. And I'm like, it wasn't a lot, but it was maybe like a dime size. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I fucking like scraped it off, and it looked like chocolate. I'm like, what the? And I didn't even think about it. Just like I scraped it off. I'm like, what the fuck? So when I went home, and obviously I didn't wash my hands. I don't know why. Like when I went home, like 2 or 3 hours later, I laid in bed and I just rubbed the fuck out of my right eye
Because you didn't wash your hands.
because I didn't wash my hands.
Fucking idiot.
And then I know, right? Like I didn't wash my hands before I ate like an idiot, and so I probably consumed some poop.
You had it all over your eyeball.
And then I fucking jammed it in my eye because it was like, my eye. And then like right after it, I'm like, my eye. What the fuck? So I was like, fuck, I think I just jammed poop in my eye. And it was like coming full circle. And the next day, my eye was all jacked up.
And you're walking around like, yo, Adrian.
And I woke up and it was all bullshit. And then I fucking, took a shower and it, cleaned up a little bit. But then, I got some badass eye drops and I fucking blasted my eyeball with them and it went away.
And you washed your hands.
And then I washed my hands. Yeah, I washed my hands.
Right.
Actually, right after I jammed my fingers in my eyeball.
Then you washed your hands.
I was like, my eye's tingling. Fuck, I should wash my hands. So I got out of bed. Like, the lights were off in my room. I was like, fuck. Got back out of bed. Then washed my hands. I'm like, fuck. I probably just jammed poop in my eye.
Is this seriously why we missed out on seeing?
Yeah, I thought I had
Carnifex?
pink eye. I thought I gave myself
He
pink
didn't
eye.
wash
Sorry
his
for you.
hands.
And it wasn't my poo. It wasn't like I didn't go to the like I went to the
That
bathroom
doesn't
and
matter.
wiped my asshole with my bare hand. It was like I thought it was like chocolate or something. Like it was on his couch and like smeared on to my shirt. I don't know what. But
All
it was
right.
like
No.
You know what?
The microphone's done.
You know
He's
what?
done
You're
talking.
lucky.
I'm cutting you off.
You didn't like
No.
rub it off, and you're just like, okay, now him.
So Mike, that was my story of how I thought I got pink eye. Wait.
I would the
Rich,
moment pick
how
up.
did you get pink eye?
I have no idea. I woke up. Well,
I woke up with a turd on
no,
my
to-
face.
To preface
Was
this,
this because somebody
this was
sloppy
short-
jalopied you?
this was shortly after my sister brought her baby home. So I might have not washed my hands after I changed a diaper.
Oh.
And then.
And then.
So this is the men's hygiene segment of
Yeah.
the Metal
Yes.
Experience.
Yes. Wash your hands.
Sponsored
Wash
by
your
Dude
hands.
Wipes.
The whole time I was telling that story, Eric's like, "Wash your hands, you fucking idiot."
But no, so I'm thinking it's that. I must have changed my niece's diaper. And
Wait, you must have? Like, I don't know. I blacked out. Maybe.
I was
that's
pounding shots and
I'm
she
just
smelled
saying,
kind
I
of
can't think of
shitty.
any other way.
I
that
was slamming porters
With my niece. She's 6 months old, man.
I can't think of any other way that I would have gotten it. So that's the only thing I can think of.
poo
I can
particles.
think of a couple.
So how did you get rid of it? Did you blast your eyeball with some sweet
No,
eye
I
drops?
went to the doctor the next day and he gave me some.
He was like, "Son, you had dookie in your eyeball.
Wash your hands.
Dookie.
He did
Wash
say
your
He
hands.
did say wash your hands.
Wash your hands, you idiot."
So I just went.
You
to the
probably got
doctor.
shit all over your bass strings, too.
Oh,
I probably
damn.
did. No, I washed my hands. I took a shower before we left for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I woke up that morning with my eyes feeling like shit. And
Both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, mine was just the right
I
eye.
had both. It was horrible. I had sunglasses on the whole day because I didn't
Oh,
want
that's
people
right. I
to
remember
see.
that.
Did it feel like tingly though?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how it did with me.
Did you
right
feel like
after,
Rocky after the fight?
Yeah, like one eye was jacked up. Like right after I rubbed my eye, it like started to feel tingly, and I was
I
like,
threw those
"Fuck,
sunglasses out after that.
something's
day.
wrong."
Well, we have totally gotten off topic of music and metal and all that fun stuff to talk about shit and eyes.
Yeah.
What
I
a
talk
terrible
about.
That's what
Can I
You know
talk
what's
to-
funny?
I didn't get to talk
And
about my shit in
worst-
my eye, though.
topic.
Did you get poo poo in your eyeball?
No, but I got some shit regarding my eye. It's on a piece of paper over there.
Oh.
Can I talk about that?
Real quick though, I didn't tell that story to Morgan.
Well, yeah,
That
well,
makes
she
it
shared
better.
it with the whole world.
Yeah. She's pissed.
It's couch bed
Yeah.
for you.
Couch.
Yeah, couch bed.
Banished.
All right.
Banished.
Anyway,
Fuck you, Luco. Go ahead, Eric.
so my band has an eye in its logo,
An eye bar.
and that logo is on a piece of paper that's somewhere around here somewhere. Anyways, that piece of paper also has a date on it. It's May 12th. It's at Reggie's. This is the first time we're actually headlining Reggie's with this band. We're going to be in the Music Joint May 12th with this band from France. They're a progressive rock band called IDO, and they're friends of mine called Tautologic. And over 21 show, $10 cover. This is also going to be our last show for the foreseeable future.
What was the date?
May 12th. Reggie's Music Joint, 2105 South State Street in downtown Chicago. So this is our last foreseeable show. In the future, we've had some personnel issues, parted ways with our longtime drummer recently for this iteration. We do have my buddy from We Killed the Lion, Leonard. He's filling in for this show, but we're in the process of actually writing our first full-length album, kind of following your tack earlier. We put out an EP in 2016 as well, in December, mind you. But now it's time for us to write a full-length album, and I have probably 8 tunes sketched out.
Is it a 6-inch or a 12-inch?
I'll let you know. when it's
Importing
done.
questions.
What?
The
I'm
import-
gonna dick joke. Are
Do
you
you want
stuck?
chips and pop with that? It's like a Subway joke, you know. Yeah.
Airplanes, dude.
Or I
so
mean, an EP might have like 6 tracks, and the full length is 12. You make whatever you want of that comment.
cold cut combo.
Right over my head.
Anyway, so we playing that. That's, like I said, our last show for the foreseeable future. So for those of you out there that are listening to this show that like our band or have been interested,
Sons of Ra needs you.
this is it. So this is the last version of our third iteration. And we'll see what happens when we get some new personnel in.
Woo!
Thank you.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Reggie's. May 12th.
Reggie's.
What time?
And we've
to
got
start?
some flyers to pass out
8
for
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
it. Nice.
So that's the shit I had with my...
And we have, you brought some pins and stickers with
I
you.
do. And anybody that listens to this show and comes out to our show May 12th will get some free swag.
Nice. There you go.
Sweet.
Even more.
Yep.
More to give out.
Yep.
And we've got some stickers and pins that we will be handing out of Sons of Ra's at Wookfest, June 16th at Reggie's. A whole bunch of awesome bands playing that
Skank.
night. Speed Freak, Jungle Rot,
Skank.
Skank.
Skank
Armored
is back
Assault,
together for this one. It came out of
more-
woodwork.
More bands also
Yeah.
playing, all in support of Wookiee,
Conviction.
Jeff.
Armored Saint.
So
Armored Assault.
yeah,
Armored Saint.
yeah. So just look for our table, get some free stuff, buy some Metal Experience merch. There's a ton of stuff going on that night, and we'll have Sons of Ra stuff
Who doesn't
out
like
on our
free
table
shit?
too. I don't
Not
know.
when it's in my
Luco.
eyeballs.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm gonna make sure to beat.
Just make sure
him
he washes
after
his
the
hands.
show.
She's gonna fart on my eyeballs tonight.
He
Just
thought he had
because.
pink eye
Ask the
before. He's
pillow.
gonna have pink eye
You're
tomorrow.
going to have red eye tomorrow.
He's gonna have it in both eyes.
He's going to be blind.
I'm gonna rub my turds in his eyes.
I'm gonna fart on your pillow.
I'm gonna shit on your face.
Dogs in your eyelids, bro.
Fucking dog in a
Well,
bathtub.
Luco, it's about that time for you to
Oh,
stop talking
man.
about shit.
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
Let's hear it from the soundboard.
All right, this week and every week, always brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings, your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. This week, the band has been chosen by our newest team writer, Cole Space. His name is legit Cole Space. He made that a point to tell us. He's like, no, it's actually my last name.
Does he
It's
pronounce
Space.
it really deliberately
It's-
like that too? Like Cole.
The name's Cole Space. Well, the band he picked, which was also the band he did his first review on, which is now up on our website, themetalexperience.com, under reviews from the Crypt section. And also check out Cole's his bio and everything up on the website. So the band that he picked and did this review on is Chariots of the Gods. And it's from the... It's from the album Ages Unsung, and it's the titular track, Ages Unsung. And they're from Canada, correct? They're from Canada, eh? So let's fucking rock out to some Chariots of the Gods!
Hi, I'm Morgan. And I'm Ian.
I'm Derek.
And we are the Most of Me.
Stay tuned for our new EP, Quantum, and you are listening to
The Metal Experience.
your hands.
All right. That segment was brought to you by Wash Your Hands and our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for all your recording needs. And again, that was Chariots of the Gods with the song Ages Unsung off the album Ages Unsung from Canada. And check out their review for that album up on themetalexperience.com under Reviews from the Crypt, and that was from our newest team writer, Cole Space.
How many people you got writing for you now?
Morgan?
Right now, 3.
That's good. That's awesome.
Cole Space is the newest. He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and
Wow.
he found us because he was actually a fan of our friends in One Steel Wound, and he heard their interview with us, and
You blew him away.
actually
And he was like, I
applied
really
for a
want-
job position. He
I
did.
really want to know these people.
It
I
was
don't
awesome.
know why, but
It was awesome. He's our first
That's
out-of-state
really good.
writer. Jenny Holland is our second newest. She joined us in September. She's Steve Holland of Gorfinage's wife. And then we have Paulie Brazen as we met him
Paulie
for
B!
being in the Darksiders. And yeah. So, I mean, it's all volunteer, and everybody does what they can with the time that they have.
I
and it's
know that
awesome.
paradigm. That's great.
Yeah.
You got people kind of filling your ranks, though. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and we're still in need of writers. I want at least 6, so then everybody doesn't feel overwhelmed. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, just
You guys are getting
getting
a lot of submissions, too, right?
Oh, overwhelmingly amount, and I
Yeah.
cannot
I have
keep
no
up with
idea.
all of it. There's so many emails that I get that I just
I
go in
don't
our
handle it.
inbox
You're the
and
pretty
my
face.
head explodes.
Yeah, he's the pretty face.
I'm the poop and fart
Doesn't
guy.
wash his hands.
He's not a
That
pretty
doesn't
face
wash his-
anymore. This
Yeah.
guy's had shit in his eye now, so can't look at it in the same now.
Hey, shitty eyeball face.
She's gonna shit in your eyes and piss in your mouth.
God, what kind
Can't
of woman
wait.
do you think I am?
That kind of woman.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Mike Muhammad Mustafa.
See,
Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
see, you need a woman like that. That's a team player.
Jesus Christ.
That's a woman. To
What
shit,
team are you playing?
I hate you.
woman.
I literally hate you.
to shit in your eyes and
No,
piss
that's
in
a
your mouth.
woman.
This is the perfect
she
way.
drinks porters while watching Magic School Bus
With his gay brother.
with my gay brother.
Leave
and
him
a
out of
vagina
this.
spews out oatmeal.
Well, it's about that time to start wrapping up the metal experience for this week.
We'll talk about more bodily fluids
winding
next time.
down.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It's all Mike
all
Muhammad
good.
Mustafa's
Comes
fault.
with the territory. You know, you wouldn't have metal without talking about shit. So
Poo-poo.
She's also got a fist like body.
what?
Like
Mute
Okay,
him.
you just need to
Mute him.
stop
Fist
talking.
that ass.
All right. So got some announcement for this week. Starting with a few shows going on, just for you guys to mark your calendars. I saw you guys. Bad boys down. May 6th, that's this coming Sunday. Beneath the Hollow, God Dementia, Orinoco are playing The Forge in Joliet with Nile and
He needs a good
Soulfly.
fisting.
The
Nile
locals
and
are
Soulfly?
selling tickets.
Yep.
Get your tickets off of the bands and support
Yep.
your scene.
Yep.
May 18th is going to be the 3 Days from Dying CD release show.
Dog in the bathtub.
And their album Breathe, Catapult the Propaganda, Oblivion Zero, and Two Ton Anvil are going to be playing. So take a look at their Facebook pages for more information as to the venue, time, and all that fun stuff. What are you doing in that
He's
chair?
really fantasizing over here.
He's sitting next to you.
I know. I can't
He's
stop.
in-
I just keep
There's
seeing.
this like jerk off
it's
motion
like-
going on
it's
underneath
like
the table.
He's like elbow deep, you know.
I think he's trying to punch himself in the balls.
I
He
think
mentioned
he's-
that earlier that he saw something happen
But he's
in
making
porn.
like he wants it all the way up to the elbow.
He's like dog in a bathtub over there.
Man,
Perfect.
He's like Rottweiler in a bathtub.
Anyway, Kuma's Corner in Schaumburg announced today that this May, each of the Chicagoland locations are paying tribute to the Slayer Farewell Tour with Anthrax, Lamb of God, Testament, and Behemoth,
Yep.
happening May 25th out at Tinley Park.
Yep.
The Schaumburg location is going to be featuring the Anthrax burger all month, and that includes a 10-ounce beef patty, ghost pepper, sautéed spinach,
Let's go tomorrow.
hot capicola, topped with
Capicoli?
red
Gabagool.
onion and basil salad, garnished with Parmesan cheese. And the
Gabagool?
state of
Gabagool.
euphoria is the
gabagool.
fontina cheese, garlic roasted cauliflower, roasted red pepper, topped with
Prosciutto.
panko, deep fried chicken and exotic sauce,
Lopezana.
garnished with baked breadcrumbs and parsley.
Is that
my-
all one sandwich?
No, the state of euphoria, I think, is the mac and cheese.
Punish my
That
asshole.
burger sounds orgasmic, and I am
It
going to
does.
get that this weekend.
It sounds great.
Punish
Our
my
friends
toilet.
in The Most of Me are going on tour. It's called the Sad Boys, BOIS, versus the world. And it
No, it's
features,
not.
it is, Reaching Everest
Unhappy
and
gentlemen.
N Park. It's going to be
Boys.
starting August 3rd in Brooklyn, New York. And
Brooklyn.
ending
Boys to bed.
No sleep for Brooklyn.
August 12th in Minnesota. And their date is in DeKalb, August 10th at the House Cafe. So watch The Most
What
of
time?
Me's Facebook page.
What's the exact time?
More details to be announced. I know that they've got an album coming out. They're coming back on our
8:30.
show as well
8.
coming up.
Date
so
rape is at 8.
go on our Facebook for more info. Progressive metalcore band from San Juan, Puerto Rico, just
Wait.
released a brand new music video.
What was the band name?
Shut up. And the Mirage
Somber
Theory has on their YouTube page Leaving Our Hearts and Minds, the music video and their new single and bio, or link to their music video in their bio on their Instagram page and Facebook page. Check that out.
Wait, what was the band name? I seriously
The
didn't hear it.
Mirage
fuck.
Theory.
The Mirage Theory. Okay.
The Mirage Theory. Contra,
Sad
this is the
boys.
show that we're going to on Sunday,
Oh God, it's
happening at Bader Brew in Chicago.
Banner brow.
Thank
Not
you.
Bader Brew.
Botterbrow.
That's
Bader
so
Brew.
confusing.
I know the
It's like the
owner.
German
Bader
version of
Bader
Bader Brew.
Brew.
Yeah,
But
it's a really
anyway,
cool place.
it's in Chicago.
But it's clean.
It happens at 4
They
p.m.
have really good food.
It's $18 and up.
The PA works.
You hear that? They have food.
18
porters.
and up.
Good
Tickets
food?
on sale now.
Mike,
Contra's
they got porters?
delivering.
They got poetas.
Portas? They
This
got
is-
chocolate porter.
Oh my God. This is the Contra Growing Tour. It's tour time. They are doing a take on its Tool Time from
No way.
Home Improvement.
Shut the front door.
Contra.
Ow.
I'm going to start muting all mics during this segment. I can never get this done. Contra Growing, Arabella, DeVille, and Fool's Brew, all on Sunday. It's going to be awesome. And that's the show that we're going to be attending this Sunday.
That's where you guys are going.
That's where we're going.
guess.
Bader
Casket
Brew.
Robbery is in need of a
Wait.
touring drummer.
Yep.
They already have a lot of experience touring, and they are looking for someone who has professional gear and attitude, a love for travel, be able to jump right in and tour. And
You gotta
you
hang
can
with
be
the
located
boys.
anywhere in the U.S. Just email casketrobbery@gmail.com
Good
for
stuff.
more information.
So Mike is out because he has no idea what his professional equipment is. He can't stay off the toilet to road trip anywhere. Poop.
Yeah.
We know Casket Robbery. They're
Don't
really good
forget,
guys.
this coming Friday on the 4th, Growing the Band is releasing their brand new album, The Gauntlet. We'll be able to get an album on Sunday when we go see them. So grab a copy of it when they're on tour, when you go and see them, or online. Support your scene. Make sure you pick up some merch to help the bands on tour as well. And that's all I got. And one more time, where can everybody find Opacia and Eric, your band?
Rock and roll.
Hopefully dead in a ditch in the next few days.
Perfect.
To find
She's
out-
over here throwing fives.
Fucking fivers. Making it rain fucking
Funny part
fivers.
is that's my
Like
money.
Tony Montana over there.
But now to
Phony Montana.
Phony Montana.
follow any
Hannah Montana.
Hannah
Shut
Montana.
Boys. To men. ABC. BBC.
to follow any news from us or
OPP.
any shows or
You know
when our
me.
album will finally come out.
BBC.
Just search Opacia on Facebook. I try to keep it up to date as possible.
We're terrible at it.
We are, but
Both of us are.
if,
We're horrible at
to
it.
find our music, opacia.bandcamp.com.
Hopefully we'll be up on iTunes and all
Yeah.
that fun shit sometime soon.
iTunes, Apple Music. We really want to get on everything we can once with the new album, and then if you want tickets for that Insomnium show
No
coming
way,
up,
bro.
be sure to hit
Message
us up.
Yep. $22. May 25th at the Forge. Show starts at 7:30.
Dick slamming your sister.
Is that the only show right now that
Wash
you guys
your
have
hands.
That
booked?
is the only show
Wash
we
your
have right
hands.
now for the foreseeable future.
Folks,
'cause
wash your hands.
We didn't want to play a ton of shows, and now I mean this was too big to turn down. So
Yeah.
especially
That's
till
what
we're
she
done
said.
recording.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Sons of Ra. You can type it into Google and we'll come up. If you're on Facebook, though, you got to do Sons of Ra Chicago because there is a Sons of Ra in England.
What?
And they're a the Wankers.
It's kind of like The Office. You have The
Welcome,
Office and The Office English version.
Right, yeah. But they're not anything like we are. So Sons of Ra Chicago on Facebook, Sons of Ra everywhere else on the internets. We are on the Bandcamp. We are on all the major streaming platforms. And you can, again, see us at Reggie's Saturday, May 12th. Info is actually on our page.
For the boys.
For the boys.
Boys.
Watch.
Morgan.
All right, you teeny weenies. We're going out with another song.
Teeny weenies.
Teeny weeny bobini.
Do we have any Sons of Ra also?
I do.
Why don't we go out with an Opacia and a Sons of Ra song?
We can.
Yay!
So what is the last Opacia song that we are going to hear tonight? And then,
No way,
Eric,
brah.
what is
You
the
pick
Sons
the
of Ra
song.
song
Pick
that you
one.
want to
Pick one.
play?
Pick one.
Opacia.
Yeah,
The title track.
The titular track.
Well, the title track for us, I guess. There's two titular tracks.
Alpaca.
Ooh,
Alpaca.
like a pear, right?
Two titular
Huh?
tracks.
Like a pear.
Yeah, like a pair.
Pair of titulars.
It's a titular pair.
Pair
Right.
of tits.
Pair of tits.
They're very
Moving
nice
up to
tits,
different
too.
body parts. This is successful.
They're they're
Okay.
like, they're like
Tentacular.
40-year
Yeah.
smoker tits. They're not good
Oh,
tits.
nice.
Hey,
Not
that's
good
as good
tits.
as I'm going to get.
True.
It's like
Lonely,
beef jerky.
lonely fuck.
Like beef.
Well, we want to thank you guys once again for coming out. We
You know
cannot
how
wait
the-
to
the
get you
salami
guys
hangs
on
up in the
here
end?
Yeah,
There's two of them,
exactly.
when the
Or
new
like a
album
hanging
is
cow at a
released.
butcher shop.
Yeah. She's trying to book the next time you guys are going to be on.
Yeah.
What were you saying? All I heard about
We'll figure
butcher
it
shop
out.
titties.
We'll figure it out.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. I'm totally confused.
Next week, come out to Fitz Spear Keys in Elmhurst. Hang out with us and our friends in Hot Dang.
And guys, sloppy jalopy your girlfriends or wives.
And
Or
don't
husbands, whatever you
listen to
choose.
anything
Just sloppy
it's
jalopy
saying.
your
Just sloppy
significant
jalopy
other.
the living
Enjoy
shit
the
out of 'em.
Opacia self-titled Opacia track and the Sons of Ra track that
Punch
we
'em
will
in the
end
balls.
the night with, called
During the song.
You get a
Persona
waterfall.
Non Grata. Here we go. Good night.
fate, wipe out our mistake, then force them to change. They move to a new land, start a life fresh, with a thought in the minds of their loved ones in flesh. Rebuild, bigger than ever before. They will be stronger, cowards no more. Reborn from me once divine, the second coming of war.